This isn't exactly the cleanest area.
They need to expand a bit more.
They want to get your money.
We are in the capital city of Malaysia. We are in Kuala Lumpur, and in this episode we took you to Bukit Bintang. This is one of the nicest areas in KL. We're seeking for true stories about Malaysia, the good stories, the bad stories and the ugly.
My name's Paul originally from England but living in Spain. Yeah. I come for 3 months, that's all I'm allowed. If I could stay longer, I would stay longer, you know. I've got no bad points. I love Malaysia. I love the people, I love the food, I love the ambience, I love to be able to walk, you know, from the modern part to the old part. It's just a complete difference overall, you know.
Different than Spain, I can imagine, and different than...
It is, it is different, but you know, I haven't said that, it's an emerging nation, Malaysia. It's coming up. You look at the rail system now, it's fantastic.
How long have you been coming on and off here already?
Maybe 15 years.
Oh wow, So you have seen the change quite a bit then?
I have, you know, overall, especially this street here, Changat, you know, these shop fronts now have all been developed into bars and things like that, you know. It's a focal point for people to go over night time. It's great, like, you know, and it's a very open city, you know, and it's open-minded city, which I love about KL. You know, you have the religious influence, but that doesn't affect anybody that comes here, you know. Everybody's made to feel welcome. And also the idea is that, you know, you've got the cosmopolitan society where everybody gets along with everybody else, no conflicts and nothing, you know. And I'm always made to feel welcome. In fact, I feel part of Malaysia now.
The very best thing that happened to you?
The very best thing, I suppose, coming here initially, you know, finding the place, that's probably top of the list. Is but visiting friends, and I found my love here. So.
Oh wow! Okay, is she from Malaysia or?
No, she's from Philippines, but you know, she lives here.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you very much.
How long already?
15 years.
Okay.
I first met her in a place, little island called Labuan in Borneo, you know, which is it's eastern Malaysia. You know?
I haven't been yet. I would like to go.
I would suggest it. Yeah, that's even better. It's more relaxed and.
So I can imagine after 15 years coming here on and off. Did something unpleasant happen here? The bad?
I suppose that there was one thing that I was going to Bukit Jalal to watch Liverpool play the Malaysian national team.
Oh yeah.
And had my wallet taken, you know.
No way.
I was getting on the train, yeah.
Did you win? That night.
I think they won, yeah.
Well, at least that. So you didn't find the wallet back anymore, nothing?
No, nothing, you know. It was inconvenient. I think they were just after the money, but of course all my cards were in there, you know.
Sorry to hear that, but I'm sure everything after all...
but it wasn't Malaysia's fault, it was just, you know, you can go to you know yourself, you can go to Amsterdam, you can go to Liverpool, you can go to Manchester, you can go to Spain, Madrid.
100%,
Barcelona, sorry.
Sorry. So, but overall, would you say KL is safe?
Yeah, I feel safer here than what I would do in most places in Europe. Here, you know, there's no conflict. You don't hear of street stabbings like you do in the UK, like you know they have in the UK now and Europe. I'm quite a senior citizen, so you know. I wasn't beforehand. I was quite a young kid, but now I've grown to be senior now. You know.
Well, I'm honoured that I can have a chat with you, sir. I'm actually also after the ugly, let's say, because we call this the good, the bad, and the ugly. Is there something that you maybe would change for, let's say, Malaysian tourism?
Kuala Lumpur is a central hub for visiting everywhere. You know, really. Singapore. I was only in Singapore last week.
Okay.
I suppose, like, you know. They need to expand a bit more outside, you know, maybe create more access points to other areas, you know, like Genting Islands or other places around, you know, maybe places in the east. If there was more rail services put on, maybe that's all, you know, to access them points.
Do you have a message to the world or some wisdom to pass on?
Yes, I do, you know. Come to KL. You will not regret it. It is a beautiful country. Town, but Malaysia in general is a beautiful country. You're always safe here.
The good, the bad and the ugly, the good stories, bad stories and the somewhat ugly stories about Malaysia. What's your very best story here in Malaysia?
Hanging out with my youngest brother. 60% of the time he's here in KL. The other 40% of the time he's back in California. So that's a great thing. It's an interesting place because I like the beach. I'm a beach person.
Yeah.
I've lived in Bali, I lived in Hawaii, I lived in Long Beach on the beach.
Do you surf?
Yes.
Ah.
So to come here, for me, the city's nice. I mean, this isn't exactly the cleanest area, but for the most part, if you look at most major metropolitan cities in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of graffiti, there's a lot of crap all over the streets and dirty smells and everything else. So it's a fairly clean city. It's got a good variety of food. The bad is there's not a lot of people that are friendly. If you don't have a reason to start talking to people here, it seems like they are a little reluctant to really start a conversation. If you don't have something in general, if you're sitting there at a restaurant, yes, of course, they're servicing you. There's really friendly people working in the service industry. But to walk down the street and just see somebody and just start a conversation. Like my brother right now, he's in Thailand for the next 5 days on business. I'm here by myself.
Okay.
So I just kind of cruise around.
I'm kind of happy I'm starting talking to you then.
Yeah. I'm happy when anyone wants to talk. If anyone stops me and says, hey, unless I'm in a hurry, you know, hey man, I got to go, you know, there's something going on. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him.
Me too. And I think I have been to quite a few big cities now here in Southeast Asia, and I always figure that in the bigger cities, people have less time as well, right?
Yeah, they're probably a little more reluctant because bigger cities, there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of people that they want something. Not just, hey, what's your name? How are you? What are you doing? Like, you know, blah, 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 just to have a conversation type thing. Bangkok, it's friendlier. Bangkok's a lot easier to start talking to people because they're interested. Same thing with Bali. Now, if you go to Bali, you can start a conversation. I mean, you could go from here 200 meters and you may not get there in an hour if you wanted to stop and talk to every person that wanted to talk to you, right? So a little bit different style, but that's a tourist spot. You know, the reality is that they want to get your money. So I've spent starting 31 years ago going there. Whereas Kuala Lumpur, KL's a little newer for me. And that's cool because I get to explore.
Luz, from your brother living here, what's so good about KL?
The variety of food, tropical weather. It's a little bit humid this time of the year. The humidity is a little high.
How about the ugly? And what we call the ugly is more about something that you would change for the better of tourism in Malaysia.
I think Malaysia probably needs to do a better job showing the beauty of, like, they've got beautiful beaches here. There's some stunning beaches here, and you really don't see that part if you're from another part of the world. And you know, I've watched TV in California, Hawaii, Europe, Istanbul, you know, whatever, and you really don't see a lot about the beaches. I think they could push that a lot harder. You look at the advertising of Thailand. Yeah, they throw in Bangkok because Bangkok has some of the best street food in the world. It's easy to get around because of their metro tram or the sky train, whatever you want to call it. It's easy to get around Bangkok. But then it just automatically goes to Koh Samui, Phuket, these beautiful, stunning beaches. But it's the same water. It's right across the waterway. It's the same exact beaches. Malaysia doesn't really push it. I don't think they really develop the beach areas because maybe Malaysian people just don't want to get tan. They don't want to go to the beach. They don't want to hang out half naked. They're Muslim. You know, so that's one thing. You have to take into consideration that, you know, showing your body at the beach may not be looked upon as something that's okay. Where in Thailand, everything's okay.
Everything is okay. Literally everything is okay.
Everything. I mean, everything is okay in Thailand. So,
I mean, it's I have to actually, because I am based in Thailand, I have to say that only in the, let's say, Pattaya, Phuket, the busy areas, that's everywhere's okay. But if you go to the north or more traditional, it's obviously also different.
Exactly. I mean, you get that is a good thing to understand if you're a tourist. You have to understand what is okay. Like, I love wearing tank tops. Walk these streets and you tell me how many days it'll take for you to find somebody wearing a tank top.
Yeah.
In Bali, I walk around with my shirt off.
Yeah.
It's hot. I've just gone to the gym. I'm all pumped up. There's girls running around. Hey,
You're
how
ready
you
to,
doing?
yeah,
I'm ready. But here, you know, like I'll wear a tank top and I'll see people kind of.
Yeah,
Give you
it's
that.
inappropriate. Well, that's also why I make these videos, because then people who want to come and are interested in Malaysia or in Southeast Asian countries, they know a little bit how to expect or what to expect.
They should talk to somebody. There has to be somebody, whether it's a travel agent, somebody local at a hotel, and get a lay of the land, like what's cool and what's not cool. Like this is okay, this is not okay.
I've got one more question. I'm just going to see if we're still rolling. Yes, we are.
Okay, we're still rolling.
We're still rolling. So I've got the last question here. I always ask the people, do you have a message to the world or some wisdom to pass on?
We got to clean it up. We're really, excuse the language, f***ing our planet up bad. I mean, look at this. This is the dirtiest area probably of KL that I walked through, and there's plastic everywhere. Now, in Bali is a perfect example. If you go during the wet season, there is literally 20 meters across on the beach from the shore up the beach of non-stop plastic. Every day it washes in. But there's these tropical birds that literally fly. Once they're born, hatched, and they take flight, they don't come back for a year. They are literally in the air and diving into the water. And they show these birds that have died when they've come back after hunting for the whole year, and they decompose, and their bodies are full of plastic. Their stomach's full of plastic. Right? We need to clean it up. The shit that we're leaving behind as human beings, the things that we're doing to our environment, to the animals. I mean, we're the keepers of this world. We're the intelligent species, and we act stupid. We do stupid shit.
I'm a really positive person myself, and
so am I.
Yeah, I
So
know.
am
I
Trust
see.
me.
I see.
So am I.
Yeah. So, but how can we have a bigger impact than, let's say, no to plastic bags, no to, that's for example. No
It's
to
almost impossible. We've pushed ourselves into a corner, where as a society, we have trained ourselves that this is what we do. This
So
is
what can I do?
We need to recycle. Like when I go shopping, I have my bag with me.
Yeah.
Whether it's a plastic bag that I've gotten before, or a bag that, like I've got 3 of them that I carry with me when I travel everywhere in the world. Okay. And if I know I'm going to the store, I take 1, I take 2, depending on how much I'm going to buy. That way, I'm not buying plastic.
All right.
Or we need to figure out how to make them decompose. Plastic needs to be able to decompose. We need to get rid of this. I mean, that straw in that cup right there, those 2 straws in that cup will last 100 to 200 years until it seriously, like, finally breaks and cracks and falls to pieces. Once it gets into the water, once it gets into the ocean, it stays. Especially the third world countries, they need to figure out a better recycling system. I know that most of the major countries like the United States, they're doing recycling. They put recycling bins out, and they tell you to, to separate your garbage. A lot of people don't.
It's education as well.
Education. We got to start, and we got to start young.
So okay, let me cut this a little bit short, because we're talking basically about Malaysia and we're drifting, but I like to keep most of this in as well, because I want to also make a change a little bit. So how about we ask the people now, whenever you go, and then we've done a small bit, whenever you go to the shop next time, bring a bag. Bring a bag.
Bring a bag.
The good, the bad and the ugly. Luckily, it's got way more good things than bad things. Malaysia is an amazing country with beautiful nature, amazing food, and the most loveliest people, and everyone seems to, like with all the different cultures here, seems to live together in harmony. I would like to thank all the members that are keeping us going. If you are interested in a membership as well, you get a few perks, but you certainly make sure that this channel can keep doing what it's doing. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. I would like to say, from the capital city of Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur, bye for now and stay tuned.